So the audio on my GoPro decided to die, and I think it's recorded at a hyperlapse speed, which I'm not sure how I managed. So this is Lake Rotoiti. Opposite me there is Mount Robert, which is I think about 1,000 metres above sea level. Lake Rotoiti runs north-south and is in the top of the North Island and Nelson Lakes area in the national park, and it's part of the Te Aroroa trail. So this, where I'm sitting now, the trail is about 10 feet behind me, and it's a nice 20-degree day, and I'm just sort of like doing a little bit of hiking down to the other end of the lake, which is about 11 kilometres, and I'm taking a break and just watching some trout lazily swim past, and I haven't got my fishing rod on me, which annoyed me, but tomorrow I'm out in the canoe anyway. Pretty nice relaxing day, and I was just taking a 5-minute break. So just quickly, this is what the trail looks like. The wind just came up and it's picking up some waves, so that's what you can hear in the background. And this is typical beach forest on the side of, I think it's the Sintanu Range mountains, and so basically 5.5 kilometres that way, and I've got another 5.5 kilometres that way, and there's some huts down at the end of the lake. So right, so another river to cross. So I crossed this one this morning, didn't get my feet wet, just tip of the toe, and same again coming back across. It's just started raining a little bit and the sandflies are out in force, so I'm not going to sit here too long. But yeah, so 3 kilometres down and 7 more to go. So, and on the way back I'm taking it easy, so I'll stop every kilometre, have a drink, and then about the halfway mark I'll have something to eat. I'm in no hurry to get back. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I've probably got 3 hours worth of walking, I think. So it gets dark at, the sunset is at 8, but it's really dark at 9:30, 9 o'clock. So that'll be it. So here I am out in the canoe. You can see what it's like. It was westerly blowing at the moment, so I've paddled across to the west side of the lake. I put my little lure out. There's brown trout, and we'll just drift across to the other side of the lake. It's 4:30 at night, and so the wind's gone down and it shouldn't pick up, if at all, and it's about 25 degrees Celsius, so quite warm. But sitting in a boat, enjoying the sunshine, chasing brown trout. It's hard life, but somebody's got to do it. Canoe trolley in action. I broke the front mount. I found the stress point on that one, so I've got to put some bracing. I'll do a video on that when I upgrade it. But yeah, works really well, and a little bit of exercise getting it back up to where the tent is. So wind was interesting, so I ended up paddling it backwards, and then what I can do is sit behind the thoughts. So I sit behind this one here, and it gives me a nice balance point. So that works well. But I will put a seat in the middle, and these two rod rests, I think I'm just going to get rid of them. Most of the time I hold the fishing rod anyway, so I'm going to ditch that, and or at least move them somewhere. And that's it. So here's the back end of my tent. So it's been raining all night long. It's now in the afternoon, and the sun's come out slightly. Maybe a little bit more wind tonight. So you can see in the picture my trailer to the left with the canoe on it, and I just tipped that up the right way. It was upside down, stopped filling up with water. And so here's the Heliburganaris in all its heavily in use splendour. You can see my pack in the back, that's empty of it. I'm in base camp mode now, so at the campsite, this is one I go to quite a lot, and it's just easy and convenient and close to all of the hiking trails, and beach is literally 15 feet away. So I've got power in it, so the power really only costs an extra few dollars a night, so I find it useful just to keep all my electronics on my iPad and my phone and GoPro and all of that constantly on the charge. I just have a little multi-adapter, and then a RCD cable goes into the plug, standard campsite thing, and that works well for me, whether I bring the big family tent or just the little one. You know, it's easier just to throw the cable in the back of the car. Then going around the front, so I'm under a nice tree. This is my favourite tree. I sort of like camp under this tree almost every year. So I have the Tarp 5 on the front, and that's worked kind of well. I haven't used it. You can see my chair one there, which I usually have just out to the front of the tarp, towards where the camera is, and then I just have my little table and everything. So I'm going to take that down now, and then I'll show you how I've got everything loaded up. But I'll start with the back. So you can see how much space I've got. So there's my gas lamp and various pouches full of things, and then I've got clothes and bits and pieces, and then over there you can see my cooking stuff and my food box, and then that's just a bag out of the back of the car. It's got some extra bits and pieces in it. So I've taken the opportunity this trip to bring more than I needed, as you've seen earlier in one of the videos, and I'm sorting things in and out in terms of does it work, does it not work, do I need it, do I not need it, all of that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm just going to take the front of the tarp down. Biggest issue I had is when putting it up. I tried a bigger tarp, I tried a DD tarp, and there was a wind blowing. It was only like a 5-knot wind, but I just couldn't get the tarp to stay up without being blown down. And then I put this up, which was a little bit difficult because it was acting like a sail, but I managed to get it pegged in. And what I had to do on the right hand side here is drop that loop down to the ground to deflect the wind, otherwise it was just lifting the tarp and pulling all the pegs out. So I did that, and then I had some water underneath. You can see the ground's all damp, but that's because I didn't know that there's a little hollow there, and it filled up with water. But other than that, it's a sunny day or on a different piece of ground, it would have been fine for sitting underneath with and using the chair. So I just sit cross-legged in the tent. I haven't rolled the doors up, but I might do that. That's the car loaded up. just camping gear and everything's in the boot, and I just put the roof up. The remaining stuff will just go on the back seat. So this is the tent all sorted out now that the sun's come out, blue sky now. So you can see I've got a lot of space in there, and there's my cooking equipment and my chair, and yeah, so that's really about it. And I've cleaned up inside a little bit more. So, and the canoe is just, I was going to go canoeing this afternoon, but lazy sod, that's high tide at the moment, so literally the other side of these bushes is the sea, and there's a boat ramp about 50 metres away, but I'm still too lazy. So done my canoeing down at Lake Rotoiti, and tested out the trolley, got some fixes for it, so that works. Going to get a bag for the back there, so I can put a lot of my camping equipment in there under the canoe, and just a few, so they'll be like bungeed in and don't have to have it in the car. So the whole idea of the car camping, it's really trailer camping. I'm trying to fit this out, test it out for different scenarios. When I want to take the canoe, can I put stuff in the canoe when I'm traveling? Because it moves around a bit, bounces a bit, and I don't really want to damage the canoe. What size tent do I need? Can I take? This one seems to be quite right. I can sit upright in it, change my clothes, sit cross-legged. Can't put a chair up, but I do have a backrest chair, so that can use it for something to lean against when I'm in the tent. And yeah, so there's a few other little bits and pieces I've got to squirrel down. And then again, so this is the car camping loadout, base camp, and then I need to work out, this is also going to be my motorcycle tent. It's big enough to allow me to change my motorcycling clothes, which are big and bulky, and so I've got to work out what goes in there as well.